The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has reiterated the need for Nigerian universities to align their programs with the nation's strategic goals, particularly in agriculture and technology. Stressing a gathering of university leaders in Abuja on Monday, Dr. Alausa highlighted ongoing efforts to ensure power sufficiency through the establishment of mini solar grids in collaboration with TED Fund and the Rural Electricity Authority. Speaking on the issue of energy supply in universities, the minister acknowledged the persistent power challenges many institutions face. Dr. Alausa further emphasized the critical connection between education and food security, urging universities to spearhead innovative agricultural solutions to support the nation's growing needs. Reaffirming the administration dedication, he said the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains committed to fostering a renewed hope for Nigeria through enhanced education and innovation.
Education is central to addressing food security, a critical pillar of our national agenda. Our universities must lead the charge in developing innovative solutions for agricultural productivity. All our universities of agriculture and those with faculty of agriculture will now have to have their own mechanized farms, with or without livestock production, to support the agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, food security in our country. Most of your universities, especially the first-year universities, a lot of Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Calabar, everyone else should have an endowment of about 50 billion naira. And look at Nigeria today. Even if you have the endowment of 50 billion naira, you just put it in the money market, you get 10%. That's 5 billion naira every year for you to do infrastructure improvement, improve instruction, do other things. So please, this is an easy, low-hanging fruit for you to quickly move on. And then the other way, this consult services. Lecturers, professors, academic staff will get royalties. The university will get royalty as well. That's another source of money to you. Research. Encourage, this is what you do. You are lifelong, you've committed yourself to lifelong learning. You're training new generation of learners. You should push yourself to go get grant research. In places like UK, London, everything, endowed professors, they have research that backs their professorial chair up. And we have a lot of grant funding available internationally. Get involved in clinical research, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Pharma, lot of research. So please, that's what you need to do. Let's move away. There's no way it will never happen. Even if this government commits the entire 47 trillion of our annual budget to education, it will still not be enough. So each university should now become, you should create your own ecosystem, your own value chain, and be creative and be innovative. And the things I'm telling you, these are not even innovation. These are conventional ways in which universities get extra revenue to them.
Authorized establishments do not need to be an annual document. People created that because they are trying to replace the authority to issue waivers with it. You only need to have a new authorized establishment when you want to add additional staff. If you have an authorized establishment, as long as you are not looking for new staff, if you have had staff that have left your service, for example, due to retirement, death, disciplinary measures, you should be able to fill those without necessarily going to get a new, because you are still working within your approved establishment. Secondly, the issue of ratios. Waivers can expire. Ratios are arbitrary. The moment you already have an approved establishment, you work within the approved establishment. I know the reason why these ratios were introduced, because yes, all that we are seeing here today is very right. It is the abuses that we introduce into the system, and every school, depending on the degree, is guilty of this. I can confirm this. There are schools that the standards are 2-to-1 for universities, for example, for non-academic to academic to non-academic. There are schools that have more non-academic than even the academic. Secondly, many of you are running programs that are not viable, where you have more lecturers than even students in those departments. there is no need for every university to have a physics department. We should rationalize and focus on those areas so that you can have fewer universities offering these courses. The people will go there, and you can focus on where your real needs and the manpower gaps are.
So we have to reset the thinking now to make sure we are focused on the development. The second one is we have to refocus what we are doing. We have to be deliberate and very intentional about the actions that we need to take to deliver on this objective. Part of this deliberate and decisive action of this is what we are trying to do today. The Minister of the Industry is supporting very, very clearly about it. The third one is we have to launch our sports, basically to ensure that we'll be able to see our sport in a more positive light and something that is very critical to the growth of the economy. And as a government, Mr. President have taken the first step to get this activated. The first one is Mr. President have now declared sports as a national asset, meaning that sports now is entitled to all the push, all the privileges, all the concessions, all the incentives, and all the relevant framework and legislations that is needed to get it to start running the way it should be.
Our universities stand at the forefront of shaping the minds and talents that will drive the progress and prosperity of our society. Your role as Vice Chancellor is crucial as you lead the academic and administrative efforts to nurture the next generation of leaders, innovators, and thinkers who are well equipped to contribute to national development and compete globally. Your commitment is appreciated and your efforts do not go unnoticed.
Grants from central bank to universities, that is also an achievement and is something worthy of commendation to the federal government. And we are also grateful, I always mention this, if today federal government decide to withdraw salary payments, I don't think any one of us will remain as busy because the headache of salary payment is an issue. So we are grateful to federal government for paying our salaries. It's a big, huge headache. But Honorable Minister, where we still have challenges is the issue of overhead. I'm bringing the issue of overhead because issues to do with electricity, utilities generally, travels, teaching, are all lumped in overhead. And what we are given is grossly inadequate.
I invite you all to my home state, which is Hawaii, okay? It's a wonderful place, which I'm going back to in 2 days. Now, before I go back, I should share a little bit about myself because, who I am and so on and so forth. I won't take too long, I know, because we're running past schedules and things like that. And I don't want to put you guys to sleep, okay? I got licensed as a Series 7, Series 63 in the securities business in 1990, a long time ago, 35 years ago.
All MDAs, as well as all authorized establishments in the first necessary requirements for waiver, processing and approval by the office of the head of service is necessary for you to require a waiver for recruitment, without which the waiver will not be processed in the first place.
The truth is we are abusing the system. That is just the truth. That is the truth. We have one, even at the moment, one of the university, I think in the East, I think 2 of them in the East, a committee was even set up in the National Assembly, and even as we speak, we've not been able to settle those people. The outgoing VC went, employed those people that he does not even have needs for. And the new VC said, oh, I don't need most of these people that we are employed. But that's the truth, and that is what we see every day.
The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, in a meeting with Vice Chancellors of federal universities, has urged them to align their priorities with the government's agenda, focusing on innovation, institutional strengthening, and economic growth. Stay tuned for more reports. My name is Comfort Olainka, reporting from Abuja.